Greetings. From the Hilt cautions that this program may contain mature content including strong language, sexual innuendos.
What the hell is this? Sam don't like it. Yeah. No. Seriously? Oh, I don't think so. You may proceed.
Yo, Joe. I'm Logan, the G.I. Joe Gamer. See what kind of background music we can put on here today. I hope you're doing good on this fine Saturday. I'm having a good day today. My family's having a pretty decent day today. That's always nice. I got some music there. I got plenty of stuff to show you today. Talking about a character not many people really know very well or care about in G.I. Joe for some reason. I don't know why. It's a really cool character named Short-Fuze. He was one of the original 13 G.I. Joes. So we're going to be looking at three of the older figures, two vintage. Well, one of them is from the 2000s, if you consider that vintage. They're still O-ring. Some of them are still O-ring. Most of them were. And then I've got a 25th anniversary version of Short-Fuze I'll show you too. And then, we'll look at some things here. Stupidly sheepish hello. Sing shoddy like a melody. Well, that's not happening today. I'm not much of a singer, sorry. CMC, I was a Rescue Heroes guy myself. Cool. Well, welcome. Like I said. I have a poll going on this show is being simulcast on the G.I. Joe Gamer channel. That's my little channel and our big channel From the Hilt. So if you are on the G.I. Joe Gamer channel, jump over on From the Hilt if you want to join the main chat. Okay, so that being said, Short-Fuze was their mortar soldier from the original 13, the original team led by Colonel Hawk before he became a general. He was just one of the grunts, not grunt himself. We got Titan A in the house. Hello, welcome. Good to see you. Looks like I'm getting recommended today for whatever reason. But nice of you to join us. If you like G.I. Joe, then you're in the right place because we're talking some G.I. Joe. And why this character should be made a classified figure or not. I have a poll on the From the Hilt channel. If you want to vote on that, I do have 4 options. The first option is yes, of course, but the other options are no, if done right, and don't care. So you can even vote that you don't care. Having fun with it today, seeing if anybody really wants this guy as a classified figure. I'm going to show you my original. Now, this was from the 1982 version that had straight arms, but as a kid, I broke those arms all to crap. They were just so brittle and nasty. And I ended up putting another character's arms on me. It doesn't look very good, but they were Gridiron's arms from 1990. So they're green at least. But yeah, this is the original Short-Fuze. And he came with a mortar that looks something like this, only this is from the accessories pack. A buddy of mine gave this to me. And it was my first figure from the original 13 line. With the exception of the three of the Cobras. I had 2. I had Cobra Soldier and Cobra Opposite, Cobra Trooper. So, but this is Short-Fuze. And yes, he looked a lot like the original Hawk figure. Hawk, although had a different torso and silver paint. So if you see these characters with a head that looks like that, there's one that's Short-Fuze and one that's Hawk. The one that has the black is Short-Fuze. The one that has the silver is Hawk. That's how you tell the difference. Now, I didn't have to replace his O-ring, but this figure, I played with this guy a lot. So he has seen some wear and tear. And if I could get some original Short-Fuze arms, I'd probably just buy a new original Short-Fuze. Hello, Enzo G player. Welcome. I'm Logan, the G.I. Joe Gamer, and I'm talking Short-Fuze today. This is my original Short-Fuze. He's not really good for wear, but he's what I have left of him. So I thought I'd show him off. But I do have a decent version from 2005 that came in a comic 3-pack with Flash and Rock and Roll. And they did a pretty decent job of making him look the way Short-Fuze should look, with his own head sculpt, but pretty much the same body. I mean, just a different, slightly different plastic mold and different paint applications, but he had his own at least it had his own head. So you had the face of Short-Fuze. And let me see if I can give you a review, which is pretty cool. Now, they did a single comic book that I found, and I have this one. It's G.I. Joe Classified #1 from Larry Hama and IDW. And there he is right there on the left-hand side in the bottom corner. He's got his helmet there. Now, his helmet originally came with a visor, just like Hawk's, so they're really hard to tell apart sometimes. And he did not come with the glasses originally. So it's nice that we have this figure here with the glasses that looks just like the original. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If you like G.I. Joe, then this was a good version to get. Now, another good one was the 2004 version, which I don't have, that was Valor vs. Venom. And I think he came with a special pack. I don't remember. There were some other ones. There was the Stars and Stripes version, which from 1997, that wasn't very good. And then there was another one that came out in 2005 that doesn't look anything like Short. However, there was one more that they released, and that came out in the 25th anniversary line, which I do have. And it came with a big old 7-pack with Blowbat, with a Trouble Bubble, and a Hiss Tank. Yeah, it was an awesome set with 7 figures. And I managed to get that at the time when it came out, and they came with a really decent looking Short-Fuze, and it came with the actual looking original mortar. Now, that's just the way it is. So when you set it down, it sometimes doesn't stand up very well because it's really loose, but their character was strapping. He's got, they tried to, more like the classified versions than anything else, because this was a step towards the classified. These were 4 inches to the 3 3/4, and they had, instead of having molded on accessories, this web gear actually comes off. I don't take it off because when you put it back on, it doesn't stay very well. It's just the nature of the plastic. But he has a pistol in a holster on his boot that comes out. Pistol, And then he's got a combat knife, so he's got his sidearm and his combat knife, okay? But that one in the boot is his backup piece, because he's got a second pistol in this holster over here that he can take out. So he has 2 pistols and a combat knife and his standard issue mortar, because he was the mortar trooper. So there he is. That's Short-Fuze. Now, to tell you a little bit about his character, I put together a video that I'm going to play. That was his file card, just read as a video. So it's kind of fun, a little music added to it. And I'll play that for you right now. Codename Short-Fuze.
Experience and expertise help the Joes win many battles. His love for abstract mathematics make him somewhat of a nerd. However, no one would dare tease him. It seems he's quite sensitive about it. It can lose his temper very quickly. Short-Fuze continuing his regular military service till he received word about the original G.I. Joe team reorganizing his members. He returned with full support. I've never seen a guy remember the information he does. Short-Fuze can fly Short-Fuze is logical and sensitive, has a tendency to blow his stack, hence the nickname, Short-Fuze. Make me mad, and I'll get more than even. Pinpoint targets with over 95% accuracy, so we give Cobra forces a real incentive to turn their tail and run if they know what's good for them.
G.I. Joe is the code name for America's daring, highly trained Special Mission Force. Its purpose, to defend human freedom against Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
G.I. Joe is there. Hey, we got Cool Gamer in the house, and we got Tranquil. Hello, Toon. Tranquil Unique Nature Experience. Welcome. Welcome, my friends. How you doing? It's good to see you today. Let's get the music back on. We'll chat in a bit. Yeah, classified or not? That is the question. Short-Fuze is one of the original 13 Joes. Big Bro 1421, welcome. Good to see you. We're talking G.I. Joe today. So, I hope you like G.I. Joe. The character Short-Fuze in particular, who was, like I said, one of the original 13 Joes. There's only been 5 figures that haven't been classified yet. There's been Zap, the Short-Fuze. Then there's Flash. So you got your laser trooper, your motor soldier, and your bazooka trooper. They're all heavy operators. Well, thank you, Big Bro. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We will welcome you up proper here in the chat. Welcome, Big Bro. You know, that's a cool name. I'm guessing you have a little brother, or you Big Brother, which is very cool. So you like G.I. Joe? I'm glad you're here. I am simulcast on both of our channels. The G.I. Joe Gamer channel focuses only on the G.I. Joe, but From the Hilt has a lot more stuff. Okay, so you got Flash, you got Zap, you got Short-Fuze, and you know, the other two that they haven't made were vehicle drivers. You got Grand Slam, which Flash and Grand Slam were. They virtually had the same outfit, but different head sculpts. And in the original 13, they only had like 5 head sculpts total. So your brother is autistic, and I love him the way he is. Hey, my oldest son is autistic, and I love him the way he is. So I'm right there with you, Big Bro. So you're in the right place. we try to make a safe place around here. So the one that came with the trailer, the HAL, the heavy artillery laser with Grand Slam, it looked just like Flash, and except for the head that looked just like Zap. And then they also have the Lobat driver, the tank, the original green tank for G.I. Joe. His name was Steeler. Now, most likely they won't bring out Steeler unless they bring out the tank, the Mobat tank. You know, that might be it. I hope that they don't do that at the HasLab. HasLab should be the bigger things like the jets. So far they've done the Dragonfly helicopter and the Rattler and the Hiss tank. And it was like, the Hiss tank was the first one they did. But since then, they brought out both the Vamp for the G.I. Joes and the Stinger, which I have back there, but I'd have to go get them to show you. But anyway, and a trailer. They put out the original mobile missile system was green and was for the Joes. They put out the Cobra version for the classified already, and it has 3 big old red missiles on it, and it's just a trailer. It's pretty cool. It's just a mobile. They call it the Heat Seeker missile system, the HMS system, and the MMS for Cobra. So, but that came with a Techno Viper that was really cool, a gray Techno Viper. Pretty awesome stuff. So Short-Fuze was one of the regular line. Short-Fuze, Flash, and Zap. Those are the only 3 from the main line, the 9 that came out on card that they haven't released as a classified figure yet. Now, eventually, they put out all the original 13 in the modern line in the 25th anniversary. So likely, they will eventually do the last 5 for the classified. Now, Flash Grand Slam, I don't know what they're going to do for those. Grand Slam was the original Joe that came with the Jump Jetpack in the second year. Jump Jetpack came out by itself in 1982, but in '83 when they did the Swivel Arm Battle Grip, they re-released Grand Slam. Originally had like these this dark. He had a darker plastic than Flash. Hello, Ghost Show. Are you fart? Well, it depends on the day. But yeah, Flash and Grand Slam, I don't know if they would differentiate them and make them have the new suits, or if they try to go OG like they've done with a lot of the new ones now, or go retro with some of them, which has been pretty cool. Like some of the go retro line, I've had Duke right above my head there. They did a really good job on Duke, and then I've got Beachhead and Scarlet over there, and then I've got more way up on the top. So, and some behind me there on the shelf. Those are some of the retro line right there too. I keep the rest of them in their original boxes. So, let's see, like this guy here, the Saw Viper. I just hang them on the wall and put them in their original boxes. That's how I store them. But the retro line are carded, and so when you take them out, there they are. They're just out. And Gung Ho I have over there on the shelf too, so I have Gung Ho out too. But they've put out well over 100 of the original Joes on the classified line. Let me see. Let me think. They have a Mole Rat that's new for Cobra for classified that wasn't in the original line. They've done a lot of the sub teams. They've done Tiger Force. They've done most of the original Tiger Force. In fact, all the original Tiger Force are now available. The only 2 I don't have for that are Roadblock and Tripwire. They come in a 2-pack, and I want to pick those guys up to complete my Tiger Force run. Then they have Python Patrol for Cobra, and I have everything they put out for that. They have all the originals for that, and then they have the Bat, and they also put out a gal called Vipra, who originally came out a couple of times, once in 97 or 99 with a Stinger Jeep. So she was a driver. And then they released her again in the Valorverse of Venom line, if I remember right, in like 2004, 2005. And then they brought her out, and they made her like a ninja for the Python Patrol for classified. So I have this figure here too. Pretty cool stuff. They also put out Shadow Tracker, which is nice for the classified. I never had him. He came out in 2010 for the Pursuit of Cobra line. That was in the 25th anniversary style. But they brought out most. They brought out not most of them, because there's like well over 500 characters. There's like 250 Joes and 200 Cobras, somewhere around there. But with troop builders, you can have any number of figures. I probably have about 500, a little over 500 figures, if I mix my modern 25th anniversary and my vintage figures together. And then with classified, I have well over 100 of those now too. But they are getting close to getting 200 in the numbers. And if you count the retro line, they may have already reached 200. Plus, they have anniversary packs that are pretty cool. They have the diver, the Navy diver, and they have the Desert Trooper, and a Sniper, and a Halo Jumper, which should be Ripcord, but they haven't brought him out yet. except as part of the HasLab exclusive with the Dragonfly. He was a Night Force ripcord. So that would be cool to see in the regular classified line, maybe even as a retro figure. That would be awesome, because his green camo ripcord was awesome. So there you are on the original, a lot of the original Joes. I can ramble on about G.I. Joe all day, but with Short-Fuze, the mortar kind of got phased out in modern warfare. I mean, you use handheld missile launcher, a Stinger missile launcher, or any other kind of handheld missile system, grenade launchers. Mortars just became inaccurate and easily replaced, but they still do artillery, and that's what Short-Fuze does. The big cannons in the background, he can plot all that, or the character can plot all that in his head, and knows his angles and just where to shoot on cannons and guns, same as a mortar. So he has a place on the modern battlefield as a character. What they would do with him in the classified line, I don't know. I hope they hold true and give him a mortar, but then maybe modernize him a little bit and bring him into the modern era with maybe a missile system or something. Maybe have him come with a missile system, like the mobile missile system. Hawk originally came with that, and if they brought out Hawk and Short-Fuze with the mobile missile system, that would be cool. I know only one figure. It's a trailer and nobody can sit on it, so they could bring that out by itself. But the Cobra's got a Tecto Viper, so and they've got General Hawk out, but they don't have a Colonel Hawk version, which is something they may do at some point. But I don't know. I doubt they would. General Hawk has had many different figures, and the one I like I don't know if I like it the best, but I like it a lot, was in 1991 they brought out a jetpack Hawk. He had a really cool pilot's helmet and this jetpack that made him look like a Hawk with missiles on it, and it was just a standard release figure. It was pretty cool. As far as Short-Fuze is concerned, though, like I said, they've only brought him out 7 times, and 2 of those were really lousy. Like I said, Stars and Stripes, the plastic was bad, didn't look anything like him. And then in 2005, the same year they brought out the comic pack, they brought out a Short-Fuze that wasn't even the same mold. It was a totally different figure. But in 2004, they had a really good one. And same with the comic pack, was a really good one that looked a lot like the original, but with the glasses. So it's pretty cool. So they can do a lot. Now, the glasses need to come off. I mean, you need to be able to take the glasses off Short-Fuze if they put him in a classified. But he needs his helmet too. So you're gonna have to be able to put the helmet on. And they might just do different heads. I'm not real fond of that. I'd rather, sometimes it's better to give an extra head than take the hair off. I don't like that either. So yeah, it depends on how they do it. But they've been doing a lot of good things with the classified, so I think they could make Short-Fuze really, really work. All right, let me see here. Our poll, we have 4 votes, still split down the middle. 2 people voted for yes, and 2 people voted I don't care. And I know one of the I don't cares was my wife, the Tiger. Hello, Kenneth Bird. You know what, Kenneth? It's good to see you, buddy. Talking Short-Fuze today on G.I. Joe Short Takes. Now, the coolest Short-Fuze I have is this one that came out in 2005. So I'll show it off again. But he came with this weird mortar that doesn't really stand up very well. And that was it. This was all it came with in the comic pack. But, at least I got a file card again. The modern version, the 25th anniversary, it came with the 7-pack, the battle pack, with the Mobat and the hiss and a trouble bubble. He came with the decent mortar, so I do have one. That's the original color. And this figure is just strapping. He's got 2 guns and a combat knife. He's got his sidearm and his combat knife, so he's good to go. Even on the original mold, he didn't have a sidearm. He just had pockets. So he didn't have he couldn't even pretend he had a gun. He had pockets. Well, you could pretend all along, but I knocked the mortar on the floor. What a Joe Takes view without me dropping something on the floor. Grab that real quick. There. There it is. It's this weird one. See, like I said, it doesn't stand up very well. I mean, I could try to get it to stand up on my hand, but on a flat surface, it doesn't rest flat because the plastic's kind of warped. And it's fun to play with, though. It's not as cool as even my old one from the weapons accessory pack that I have for my original Short-Fuze, which I had to swap the arms out because his arms got all broken. Because this is a 1982 Short-Fuze. Like I said, a buddy of mine gave this to me. And so that's Short-Fuze. Now, I did want to show you. So if you're looking at some Joes and you get this head by itself, that could be a Hawk or a Short-Fuze. They're pretty much identical. But the way you tell the figures apart is Hawk has silver paint and a gun, or a knife. I can't remember which. I have one over there. I should go get it. You know what? I'm going to do that. Let me do this. I got a song I could play for you for Short-Fuze that I wrote recently called Fire for Effect. And I'll play that for you, and I will go get the Hawk figure and I'll compare them. How's that sound? We'll do that. All right, so I get the file card. Let's play Fire for Effect. Be right back.
From the streets of Chi-Town, razor stand tall. Son of top sergeants, yeah, I answer the call. Artillery's my language, numbers my code. Drop a shell, make 'em run, watch the battlefield explode. Ain't no compass, I don't need a map. Just give me the range, I'll set the trap. One shot, two shot, mortar in flight. Better duck down, 'cause I don't miss at night. Fire for effect, lock it in, let it rain. Strike 'em where it hurts, blow 'em out the frame. Mathematical precision, I'm bringing the heat. You mess with Short-Fuze, you get knocked off your feet. Cobra, here's my name, yeah, they know what it means. A 95% chance they won't leave the scene. I calculate the angle, let the payload fly. When my temper hits zero, you best step aside. I don't need no fancy sights. Plot the shot in my head, I got 'em in my sights. One blast, two blasts, wrecking their ride. They can try to run, but they got nowhere to hide. Fire for effect, lock it in, let it rain. Strike 'em where it hurts, blow 'em out the frame. Mathematical precision, I'm bringing the heat. You mess with Short-Fuze, you get knocked off your feet. Off your lousy Cobra feet. Off your lousy Cobra feet. Boom, boom. All clear, targets neutralized. Yeah, I'm a soldier built to withstand. The numbers make sense, but the fight's in my hands. Mess with my mind, you'll see what I do. And I ain't called Short-Fuze for nothing, it's true. Just mess around and find out. Kick it.
Hope you enjoyed that song from our AI personality, something I made up completely. Mason Tyler Shaw, just a fictional character. But there's his song. Like I said, like here's the original. I did grab the original Hawk. I got him sitting in my vamp back here. So you can get to see a little bit of extra stuff with that's my 83 clutch. My 82 clutch is still over there, but I prefer the 83s because their arms have the swivel arm. Now, like with Hawk, he's a straight arm. He doesn't have the swivel arm battle grip. This is actually how Short-Fuze arms kind of looked. And all you could do was move him up and down. I'm going to be really careful with him. Like I said, his paint was silver. His is kind of faded off, and he has this visor. And Short-Fuze had that too, just like that, same setup. Now, he had a grenade and a combat knife, so he did not have a sidearm either originally. But he came with the mobile missile system like this, with 3 missiles, like I was saying. Now, this is a trailer that goes, just hitches up to one of the vehicles like that and is towed along. Now on a vertical live, this isn't that easy to show off, but they have a classified version of this for the Cobras in black and red. That's really cool. That's for the His tank, but it works better with the Stinger Jeep, I have to say. And I'm glad I have the Stinger and the HMS. That's what they call it. And the green one for the Joes was originally called the MMS, the Mobile Missile System. And so I'll put Hawk and Short-Fuze here side by side, so you could see. Now I'm going to pop Hawk's helmet off here, and it's on there really good, so I'm going to be careful not to break my visor because those are expensive. I actually think that's a replica, but even a replica can be expensive. But see, let me pop Short-Fuze's helmet off, and I'll show you the difference. They are pretty much the same looking figure. I can get them up there with my big hand out of the way and in front of the camera. And see, they have the same head sculpt, and so they're easy to get mixed up. And even people who have been collecting for years get these two characters mixed up. But the only major difference is that Hawk has silver, and it's a different web gear. And Short-Fuze has the black straps, whatever, for his backpack, which he did come with a backpack, but I don't have one of those to show you, or I would. So let me get Hawk's helmet back on here. I popped the visor off the helmet by accident. It's really easy to do, and with my big old fingers, it's easy to mess up. We pop his helmet back on here and then lower the visor again for you. But I'll lift the visor up to show you. See, Hawk is he was a really cool figure. And I don't know, I know the Duke figure looked better, but it came out, they had it as a mail away in 83, and then it came out on card in 84 in the 1980s. And so Hawk looked pretty cool. And he was the original G.I. Joe commander, especially in the comics. You read the first 20 issues, 22 issues of the comics. It was at the end of issue 22 when Duke and Roadblock showed up. So the first 21 issues of G.I. Joe, Hawk was the only leader. Well, Stalker was kind of like his sergeant. So because Hawk was a colonel. And so there you go. That's the difference between Short-Fuze and Hawk. So if you're looking for to buy them on the aftermarket, Short-Fuze isn't very expensive. I was looking into picking him up again, but I just didn't have the extra cash this month, so I can show you a nice one. Like, I try to do that if I can, but couldn't do it this month. So it's kind of cool that I have the Hawk to show you, because it's virtually the same figure with just a different chest piece. I mean, there may be some subtle differences on the actual figures themselves, but they reused a lot of molds in that first year. It was a smart marketing move to do that. However, when you're collecting, you can get them mixed up really easy, especially if somebody has a bunch of pieces, because you can take these figures apart and replace the O-ring in them really easy. There's just a screw in the back that holds it all together. It was actually quite an amazing design for when it came out. Now, the classified figures, they snap together. So They have a really cool design, and I would really love to see Short-Fuze in a classified version. Now I have next month I'm going to be looking at a character Dreadnought known as Monkey Wrench. And I'm pretty sure I saw an ad saying they're going to be bringing him out on a later wave this year. So I may be getting our wish early on that one. I did a crystal ball video a few months back, and they've got a crystal ball out at the Walmart exclusive convention this year. So that's going to be available on Hasbro Pulse. Hello, Hammy and Son. What's up? It's good to see you. Hey, Hammy. Just talking Short-Fuze and whether he should be a classified figure or not, buddy. I really don't have a lot more to say. Short-Fuze is a cool character. He's got a short temper, which is why he is called Short-Fuze. Really smart. Can do math in his head. He probably should have been an officer, but according to his file card, he was generationally the son of master sergeants. So, yeah, in my head canon, and I don't normally I reserve that for a Joe take, but we may not ever get a Short-Fuze, so this may be it for Short-Fuze. But in my head canon, Short-Fuze is still an Alpha team member or retired. And I would say he retired with the rank of a master sergeant. That would be a nice end and a topper to his career. So, but if I used him in a storyline, I would probably make him just a sergeant. He started out as an E4 specialist, and they all got promoted one pay grade in the comics, the original Joe. So he would have been an E5 by that point. So it was pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff if you read the comics. And I have got all of the Marvel comics to read now, thanks to my buddy Kurt. And I will be definitely going over those. One time I did have the whole set. I'm still missing about 15 or 16 in the original Marvel comics run. Some of the best stuff ever for G.I. Joe was Larry Hama's original Marvel run of G.I. Joe. So check all that out. Yeah, if you're into G.I. Joe. And clearly I am. But yeah, you get a little bit of Short-Fuze, you get a little bit of Clutch with the Vamp, and Hawk with the MMX here. I'll show you. I like to show a little bit extra in each of these, and this just fell right off, and this will just. Now I have a little piece that what I've done with this trailer to make it work better, because a lot of these trailers just pop right off. Hey, Siegfried, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. I'm just looking at a G.I. Joe today and asking everybody if he should be a classified figure. So I'm about ready to wrap this up here. So you know what? Let's do this. I'll show you the MMS good and proper here, and then I'll show you the Short-Fuze. All my Short-Fuze characters. That's Hawk, and I wanted to show you the difference between Hawk and Short-Fuze. But here's the modern Short-Fuze. Pretty cool figure. You're doing good. Thanks for asking. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm going to be turning 57 years old. Well, happy birthday for tomorrow, Siegfried. I'm going to be turning 55 myself in a month, so a month and a day. So pretty close. We're only about 2 years apart, buddy. But if you like G.I. Joe, you come to the right place. Seen you in a lot of different chats, and thanks for dropping in. But this is my best version of Short-Fuze and my original version of Short-Fuze. If I had to put new arms on it, because mine broke apart. I'm glad. That's cool. It is good to see you, buddy. So this is my coolest Short-Fuze. And on that note, let's check out the poll, and we'll close it out and see how many people voted and who all voted. It looks like we had 6 votes, which is pretty cool. This is the first poll I've ever done on G.I. Joe Short Takes. And the majority of you say yes, Short-Fuze should be a classified. The rest of you just said you don't care. So no one voted no. So I'm going to end the poll in chat there. Thank you guys for voting. I appreciate it. Nice looking action figures. Thank you. This one came with a comic 3-pack with Flash in an astronaut suit of all things and rock and roll. So issue 8 of G.I. Joe. They went into outer space for the first time, and they put out a comic 3-pack with 3 of the Joes. Short-Fuze was one of them. So I'm glad I got a nice looking Short-Fuze. I was able to get that. Now they came out with another Short-Fuze that wasn't even the same mold as this in 2004 for Valor vs. Venom. That was pretty cool. But other than that, these are the 3 best ones you can get out there. So there's 4 good ones, and there's 7 altogether. 2 of them weren't that great, so I wouldn't bother. One was that came with the Valor vs. Venom, not Valor vs. Venom. They came with Stars and Stripes Forever, which isn't that great. And then they came out with one the same year as the comic pack in 2005. That just doesn't even look like Short-Fuze. So, but I appreciate that you like the figures, and I'm glad I can share them with you. But that's my short take on Short-Fuze. This has been our 10th episode, so thanks everybody for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm wrapping this up here, and I hope to see everybody on Spine6 Live tonight. I'll be on panel again, like I am most weeks. I don't miss many. Link is in the description to Spine6 Live and all the Spine6 panelists. And sub up to everybody in the chat and connect. We've got a lot of cool people in the chat. So thank you all for joining me. And on that note, Logan out. And I'll see you next time. Go Joe.